Yeah, you know what it is. Another classic episode of the Middle Experience political wrap up, guys. Y'all know how we do every month. We always talk about political things that go on in the month of April. We're gonna do it in May, June, July, so on, so on. I just want to thank you guys for liking and subscribing to the channel. We're currently at 1,100 subscribers, so keep smashing that subscribe button, keep smashing that share button, keep smashing that like button, and keep putting that hating comments on. I love it, baby. Especially what I posted last week. Well, not last week, this week on Shador. Y'all some haters, but that's another topic for another. Hey, I would just want to thank you guys, man. Also, if you didn't watch the last show, happy birthday shout out to my boy Craig. Yesterday was his birthday. He turned 21. He turned Deion Sanders yesterday. So you know how it is. Happy belated birthday, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right, Vic, what we got today, man?
Okay, so a few things. I'll start with a local South Carolina stories or I guess politics. Charleston County Schools, school board, school district enacted a new program to help with supposed to help with attendance and truancy. Students they're paying $25 a week for every family whose whose kids give perfect attendance. It's a 9 week, I guess a 9 week pilot program, but it's in grades K through 8. Not every school in the school district, but certain select schools. So students that give perfect attendance, they get a $25 gift card for every week they give perfect attendance. They can use it however way they wish. The research shows that it's being spent on things like Lyft or Uber, even Dominion Power, and also no grocery stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts on paying students to show up for school?
You why? Man. Hey, I'll say this. I say, damn parents, why can't you get your kids to go to school? We now gonna bribe kids to go to school. Damn, I wish I could go back to school because I could take that. Hey, that's $100 a month. I could save that. How many weeks? How many days out of how many weeks we go to school?
27 weeks, 4 periods of 9 weeks each. So
yeah, but that I mean, if you want to teach kids how to budget, if you want to incentivize your child to go to school. Damn, no, I'm not even playing that game.
I was waiting.
Y'all gotta bribe your kids to go to school. Man, I got a box in my mouth if I support going to school. Perfect attendance.
Perfect attendance.
Man, y'all done lost your damn mind. Hey, all right, if somebody else take this one, man. Shit.
Guys,
ain't no way.
I don't
real quick. My right.
I don't even know where to start with this. Is this where we are as a country? And you wonder why, China is ahead of us in education. Like, where are the values at? Like, what are we doing here? I just don't understand it. I don't even know what to say about it. Right. I couldn't imagine getting paid for perfect attendance. Like, how do they determine what perfect attendance is? Is it throughout the whole day? Is it home period? Like, who is paying for this? You talk about fraud, waste, and abuse. That is it.
Yeah, taxpayers right now. Taxpayers are paying for this. Taxpayers are paying for this.
Ouch.
Yeah, I read it, and as someone who's been in the classroom and still kind of works, with well, I work the arts part where I work with school bands and stuff like that. But the more I look at public education from not from the teacher in the classroom standpoint, but from the administrative standpoint, it just feels like there's just these systems that are like catering to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Please explain what you mean by bottom, because you're gonna have people who jump.
The bottom are the worst performing, the ones with the poorest grades, the poorest behaviors, and the ones that aren't, for whatever reason, aren't showing up where to be because the parents won't take them or whatever. But and on one hand, I get it, because you have to go. You're legally mandated, if you're a minor, you have to go to K-12 school, whether it be public or private school. So when the school's having these issues like kids not showing up for school, that's not really a school problem. That's really a community and a family problem. But the school is looked at to fix it. And if the school doesn't fix it, then there's just something's wrong with the school. So if the kid's underperforming or not performing well at all, it's always the teacher's fault. Well, is that kid going home and studying? Is that kid come to school for mind to want to learn? So now the school's like, okay, we got to figure this out. As far from the administrative standpoint. So hey, let's try paying them to just show up. I mean, I personally have feeling is you don't reward basic behavior. Just showing up is basic behavior.
Hey, Vic, my Wi-Fi was acting up, man. Shout out to Spectrum, ain't doing their freaking job today. What happened? Because y'all sound like robot. What happened, man? Tell me what happened. All I heard, last thing I heard was Craig saying, "Hell no, I ain't paying no kid to get to it."
You heard that right. That wasn't no robot. That was me.
So, tell me what happened, Craig. I mean, not Craig, Victor. What happened?
So you want to just recap what you said, or speaking for a good bit?
I played with it for a while. I did. I played.
You tried. You tried.
We tried.
My heart just wasn't in it. Trying to say, trying to justify them giving the kids. Man, what happened to if you didn't come to school and you missed 10 days, you fail?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why are we rewarding mediocre behavior? I'm sorry, it's poor behavior.
Because we're a mediocre society now.
That's just
we soft now. We aim to try to please everybody now. That's what this era is right now. We want to please everybody. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Making a D now is like a 60, a 50 all the way to 60 or something like that. When I used to be an F back when I was growing up, that's a D9. That's still considered passing. You know what I'm saying? So we in a society now. We want to please everybody. We don't want to hurt no feelings. Nobody held back. If they held back, then they losing confidence. No, motherfucker, study.
Hey, we had a conversation today. Me and some friends of mine at work, some associates, and they were talking about how they stopped, writing in cursive in school.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's something that's been in and out.
Yeah, you go to kids now and you ask them to balance a checkbook. They'll look at you like you crazy. What is that?
It's a new technology age we're in. Technology is taking over now. What they say now, in a couple of years, I think 5 years from now, they're gonna have robots working in factories.
They already got that.
They already got that.
Well, I mean, they already got that. I'm just saying,
I know
man.
what you mean. You're gonna have
I know what you mean. They're gonna take even more jobs.
Yeah.
More jobs. We worried about, and I'll put it out there. I'll say it. We worried about people coming from other countries taking jobs. No, they got people building robots to take jobs.
Well, let me tell you something, man. Hell, I told my daughter straight up, how many days y'all take out of school for bull job, and teachers got the mental health week, where the whole week just teachers take off from school. Then you got spring break, and then any kind of light storm come, they out of school. I mean, like, I told my daughter straight up, you can't go overseas, man, because y'all ain't gonna know nothing.
No. A fart Hey, a fly fought on the windshield.
They out of school. They out of school. The threat of a storm that's coming at 6 p.m. when the kids are already home, they out of school. They out of school for anything, man.
We gonna get them $5. No,
with the short. I mean, if anything, I would feel better if it was connected to grades.
No, seriously, Vic.
I would feel better. But just showing up, man.
So Vic, tell me, for serious, I didn't hear the beginning. All I heard was Craig said, because my Wi-Fi was acting up. Tell me the beginning. Tell me what was going on.
I was talking about Charleston County Schools. I guess they initiated, it's a pilot program, 9 weeks, where they pay students in select schools, grades K through 8, $25 a week for perfect attendance each week.
I think your look says it all.
$25 a week?
Yep, $25
from K to what?
For perfect attendance. K to 8.
Yeah. I agree with Craig, man. I ain't paying nobody to go. I ain't paying them kids to take their ass to school, man. What?
You're already legally mandated to go to school.
Yeah.
You have to. So you have to be there.
Wow. I heard when I was in school. When I was in school, I don't know how it was because I went to school in Florida. If you did all 4 years in high school, you're eligible to win a brand new car. But you had to have perfect attendance.
School in Florida.
You had to have perfect attendance. You had to have perfect attendance all 4 years of high school to get. But you're eligible. It's not guaranteed you're going to get it. You're eligible.
How many kids did that person get sick?
Man, I was pissed. I got sick one time. I was trying to get that Mustang. Man, and it happened my senior year. My freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year, I ain't missing not a day of school. My senior year, I get the flu. I've been fighting it, man. I like, I want that Mustang. I knew it.
Hey, Vic. Hey, X. I'd have went to school with a ventilator on.
But taxpayer dollars.
Man, when graduation came and they gave it out, I ain't even spent my name because I like, I ain't worried about it no more. I know my name. So I missed that one day, messed me up, man. But nah, man, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, especially Charleston. In Charleston, I kind of respect the Charleston school system because I know at one point they had a class for high school students for real estate. They teach you real estate.
That's good.
And
when I was taking the class,
school paying for teachers, that were the highest pays in the state. So, and they're using taxpayer dollars for that. So,
hey, come on, K through 8th grade, man. The parents pocketing that money, bro.
That's what it's showing because they're tracking how it's spent.
Yeah,
there's some spent on Dominion Energy, groceries. There's some on like Lyft or Uber, stuff like that. So yeah.
Hey, if they were paying the parents, how many children do you think could go to school with pajamas on?
Man, shoot, everybody.
All go to school.
Well, you ain't gotta get dressed. You going out of here.
But you know what? That tells a lot about society. Seriously, man. When a school district got to go that far to make sure these kids are getting a proper education.
Sad.
That tells you about a lot of these new parents, man. Really.
Yeah, like I said, they're responding.
Yeah,
whatever they got to, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that blame. If the kid doesn't show up, the school is blamed.
Yeah.
So and because education is the only way to become politicized. So so it's like I can't be mad at them, but I can be mad at them.
Can you imagine what the PTO meeting, the meeting that they have? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what that meeting would be like? Well, my child, he ain't missed a day since they've been giving out that $25.
But he still can't read.
But he still can't.
Well, but what about that? Hey, my child's been going to school regardless. Like, why I gotta get the same?
Now, I think that would be dope if they use that for grade wise.
Yeah.
If the kid making straight A's and straight B's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause like with my daughter, that's how I motivate her. You know, we all need some type of motivation for us to do better, right?
Yeah.
So my daughter, well, our deal one year was for her to make. She always want an iPhone, right? So I bet our deal was you either make the A honor roll or the AB honor roll. And I told you, if you make the A honor roll, you getting a brand new iPhone. If you make the AB honor roll, you get the iPhone Daddy can afford.
Hey,
but you get an iPhone.
And to me, they should have just sent the letters to the parents saying they would give them $25 for grades. That way, when the grades do come good, they done stack that $25. They can pay that kid that money
exactly. And like I told my daughter, she going to high school what next semester, right? She'll be a freshman. So she always talk about she want a G. I said, baby, you become cum laude your senior year in high school, you get whatever you want.
Yeah, because Daddy didn't get it.
Yeah,
he didn't get his card.
Daddy got a hand me down. But you become cum laude, that means straight A's. And hey, baby, scholarship, all that. Hey, baby, what kind of car you want?
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, reward good behavior.
Yeah, you reward good behavior. That's what I'm saying. You reward good behavior.
Yeah,
but not rewarding basic behavior, man.
Nah.
That's unreal.
I can't even call that basic. When I said mediocre, I was giving that's a stretch.
Calling it basic is a stretch.
That's crazy though. That's wild. If grades was attached to it, I could understand it a little better, man. But you just doing it just for kids to come to school, that says a lot about society right now. That says a lot.
Yeah, because if they come into school and they still failing their tests, but I got my $25.
Yeah, I got my $25.
Yeah. They need to focus on overhauling the education system and put that money there. Overhaul the education system.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the next, Vic?
Next, still school related. I'm still in South Carolina. The House and the Senate have passed versions of a school voucher bill. So parents can use basically a voucher to send their children to private school. So the bill allocates $6,000 per student funded by taxpayer dollars, while the Senate version proposes $7,500 per student funded by tax lottery. So the House version is $6,000 per student, basically taxpayer dollars. The Senate version is $7,500 per student for and they'll use the state lottery money to do that. They tried to do this in 2023. They did pass a bill, but the state Supreme Court struck it down for constitutional concerns. So, and there's one thing, and there is, I believe the House version wants to remove income limits, while the Senate version basically doesn't. So, if you make a certain amount of money, you're not eligible for the voucher purchase. Every kid basically being eligible for vouchers. So, your thoughts on school vouchers? Taking money, public money, to pay for kids' private schooling.
Man, come on, man. Let's not even try that. We already know what they're doing. Y'all want me to say it?
Go ahead and say it. Yeah.
Segregation. Guys, we already know who's going to get that money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be my majority and athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want the athletes to play for those particular schools.
Yeah.
And the majority, well, we already know.
Yeah.
Let's not play with it. And when they talk about they don't want an income limit, you already know what that's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, we're not gonna play those games.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I see it as something that will benefit a chosen few, most that can already afford it anyway.
Well, let me ask you this, Vic. Did it say how much you got to make a year to be eligible for or not to be eligible?
The House bill would initially have an income limit for private applications up to 300% of the federal poverty guidelines, but remove income limits starting 2027-2028. The Senate bill would expand eligibility to 15,000 students in 2026-2027 with income up to 400% of the federal poverty level.
Okay, poverty level. Poverty level consists of county by county.
Yeah.
By state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to differ. We're not going to play those games.
Yeah.
You know what they're trying to do. Let's be real. Man, come on, man.
What I don't even understand why there's this public-private school thing going on anyway, when they need to just focus on overhauling the entire education system, standardize it nationwide, so that there is no biases, favoritism, segregations, and all of that out there. I mean, this is why our education system is trash now, because everyone is trying to do this one thing instead of making it standard. You look at other nations that have standardized education, and they're way above us in this. And again, you know, you're looking at paying kids to go to school. You're looking at vouchers for private school. It's a whole mess to me. I just don't understand why they don't sit down and say, we need to work on education, make it standard across the country so that we all are doing the same thing, instead of, you know, in South Carolina is one thing, Maryland is another, California is another, Nebraska is doing this. Like, I just don't understand why these complexities are out there.
Yeah.
I went to school in Germany from 7th grade to I graduated high school.
Wow.
And I know a lot of people who left Germany like in the middle of their high school years, came back to the States, and you know, our education curriculum and criteria was different than the States. So some people had to end up taking more classes, less classes, or whatever the case may be. And it's just crazy how it's never one standard across the country, because, you know, going over there, Germany, come back, you might have to do another year of school because nothing is standard. And that might set you back, right, you know, from your peers. I don't understand why this is so difficult to fix.
It seems like segregation to me. That's what when I hear it, that's what I hear. That's exactly what I hear.
Has any of you guys ever been to a private school? No. I'm just curious. You never been?
No.
I've been to one time, man, and to be honest with you, man, I felt so. I don't know why my mom put me in it, because the school I was going, I went to a public school prior, and I was on the AB honor roll every year. And when I went to a private school, I don't know, maybe because I felt out of place when my grades fell. So once I got back to public school, my grades went back up. So to me,
you know, Ernest, when people hear that, some people are going to be like, okay, when you were in public school, you weren't asked to do much. When you're in private school, now you're in a.
Well, that's not true. That's
exactly. That's what people are going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like to be honest with you, like I said, I graduated with a great point. I graduated high school with a 3.9, almost a 4.0 GPA. My grades always been spectacular in school, man. It's just when I went to the private school, I don't know. To me, even now, I go by feel. You know what I'm saying? If I'm comfortable around you, I'm gonna succeed. I'll be successful in uncomfortable situations also. But as a kid during that time, I had to be comfortable with you. And where I was at, I didn't feel comfortable.
Right.
I always wanted to go home. I really wasn't paying attention. And I felt like I wasn't even doing the work wasn't hard. I just wasn't into it. Maybe it was a mental thing for me. I don't know. I was great at sports there. Like you say, it's gonna be an athlete. I was the best soccer player there. You know what I'm saying? Right. But in that, man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I felt like I achieved more in the public school, and I actually did more in the public school, to be honest with you.
You probably felt out of place.
Yeah, I did.
And back then, we weren't thinking about get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. I was 8 years old then. I went for 2 years, and then I just went back to a public school. Yeah, so. But nah, I don't see a problem with the voucher, to be honest with you. But you're right, Craig. We know what it is. It is segregation. You're right about that. I feel like if a parent want to take their child to a private school and they can't afford it, but they feel like, but some people just want to take their kids to private school because it's a look. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Being in law enforcement, I'm gonna be honest with you, we catch more hell with private schools than public schools. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So that's just my thought. I was just curious if you guys ever attend a private school.
Yeah, I have. I know a couple people who have, and they've had good experiences, whatnot. But one term that's not really being spread around, usually when it is the idea of school choice. They're not really using that term anymore, but it was really a fallacy anyway, because you got to apply to go to a private school,
right?
So that school actually choosing you,
right?
And private schools, they're not going to allow their numbers.
So even if you have a voucher, they still got to choose you?
Yeah, they still got to choose you. Yeah, they still got to apply and get accepted into that school. Right. As far as I know. So, I mean, the voucher just gives you the ability, hopefully, to go. Because there's nothing to stop a private school from, say, raising the tuition above that of the voucher. Or saying behind closed doors, we're only going to accept certain type of children from certain type of family. So they look at the application and mommy and daddy have different last names. Maybe they just don't accept. And they have a right to just not accept that child for whatever reason, without a voucher, because they're not going to increase their numbers substantially. To just take in kids with vouchers from public school to make their class numbers larger. So that's
think about the public schools who will be losing their best athletes because they're going to pluck them out of there.
Yeah. Oh, the best athletes, the best academic performers.
Right.
Yeah, all that. But when I hear, one thing that kind of makes me, I feel like private schools should be fighting this, because if they're taking public money, one court decision could flip things around. And now all of a sudden the state is controlling a private school or private schools because they're taking public dollars.
Money, yeah.
So why don't you make them mandate to play by public rules?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Right.
That's the whole point of being a private school, right? Everything's independent, correct?
Yeah. So be independent.
Right.
In every way. So
it is what it is, man. What's the next topic, Vic?
All right, last topic. Trump tariffs.
I was just about to get a drink and you just messed it up.
Donald Trump is not the first president to institute tariffs, but he wilding with these tariffs now. I think it's 45% on China and
145.
145 on China. 10-50% on like Canada and Mexico. And European Union, they got a tariff too. It's like you just put a tariff on everybody and everything, and this is what in the world is he trying to do?
Hey, one of the largest plane makers, the largest in the U.S. Jet landed in China. China said, "Hell no." How much money do you think that company lost now that China said, you know what, we're going to go with Air France? Is it going to be difficult to get that business back?
Oh yeah, definitely.
In my personal opinion, it will be, because it's going to leave a nasty taste in China's mouth. Mm-hmm. You may try to work out a deal to say, you know what, we'll lower the tariffs if you accept these planes from this company or something like that. And that might happen. But at the same time, they lost money.
Yeah, a lot of people lost money. I just think that his approach was just reckless, thinking that, everybody's going to bow down. And, he's sitting there talking about, oh, we're talking to China this, China that. And China said, nah, bro, We ain't falling for the okie doke. We not messing with you. He out there talking about, we're having talks, but who you having talks with? I can't speak about who we having talks with. You ain't talking to nobody. You know, how you talking about all these trade deals going to happen and you have nothing on the table yet? I just like, and the crazy thing is, you know, I've gone on social media and all these social media economists, these shade tree economists are saying, oh, tariffs this, tariffs that. And it's like, I hear what you're saying. However, all the smart people are saying that it's not good. And from what I'm seeing, it's not good.
Yeah. You know, he it's one thing. He never bows down. That's his thing. I never bow down.
No.
Here's the thing. He's capitulating with some of these tariffs. He's, you know, he said, oh, well, I'm going to back off on this. I'm going to back off on the phones. He's capitulating because he can't win.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot win the trade war. So he'll capitulate. Hell, he might say, give me a sunflower seed that blooms in August, and I can praise that. He wants to be able to say he made the deal when there's no deal that truly has been made. It's just he capitulated because he was losing.
Yeah.
And I saw a headline earlier with him saying that it's Biden's fault that things are the way they are. And it's like, no.
Blame Biden for everything.
Like, for a lie, somebody will believe it sooner or later.
Hey, when somebody lying, they always got to find somebody to blame. You know that,
right. And it's like, dude, none of this was happening until you said tariffs. Like, come on. And
hey, I want to go ahead, Craig.
I'm saying he single-handedly added more to the debt in 4 years than any other president.
Man, I'm about to go there with y'all. I want to ask y'all a question. Y'all opinion on something, man. What do y'all think about these student loans, man? You know, I believe starting May 5th, and what's that, Monday? He's going to have everybody start to pay it. You know, if you haven't been paying on it before, you're going to start getting the debt out of your check. You got to pay it in full. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
And I heard about it on the radio. People calling in. They had one lady, she even admitted she voted for Trump. And she was literally crying because she didn't think this was going to happen. And now she's worried about how she's going to pay for daycare. Because she's like, that's almost $500 every 2 weeks coming out her check.
Right.
On top of mortgage, daycare, groceries.
He doesn't care?
Yeah.
Where's the money going? It's not to pay employees. He's firing them.
Yeah, he firing them.
Where's it going?
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? This guy, this guy, it's not the art of the deal. He's a con man.
Mm-hmm.
The man, a meme Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
You basically just put it out there just to get money from people. There's no intrinsic value. There's no value. You just basically having people put money in so you can take money out. Your own piggy bank.
I don't get why they are falling for it though. Like they are seriously. He's going to do great. Yeah. He's going to do great, and then I didn't think he was going to do everything he said he was going to do, and now that he's doing it, like he did it, and now I can't survive. And it's like, but at the same time, he's taking money out of your pocket to put it in his, and y'all's crying about everything that he's doing, and it's like, I don't understand. Like, I didn't believe he's going to do anything good. He hasn't done anything good so far. I mean, we'll still see, but as of now, it's like, I didn't believe he's going to do anything good.
It's still 100 days, just 100 days.
Just 100 days. And people are crying.
Whoever donated the most money get to go to a dinner with him in May 22nd. So you got to donate his money. Come on, man.
No, they're saying no. Things are rough right now with these tariffs, but it'll get better. It'll get better down the line.
Hey, mute his button.
But he said on day one things was going to be good.
You know,
man, it's sad, man. You know, I honestly, to the people that voted for him, I don't feel bad for y'all because this is what y'all want.
Yeah.
And now y'all reaping the benefits. You know what I'm saying? I'm air quote when I say benefits of what he's doing. But the ones that like us, we didn't vote for him, man. It's terrible, man. We're looking at a recession, man. This thing is getting ridiculous, bro. I mean, eggs are damn near $10. Gas went up 20 cents just yesterday. You know, this man taking student loans out of people's paychecks, man.
And income taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those people that voted for him, there are some that, they have buyer's remorse. Then there are some who's going to fight till the end just to say, hey, I'm still good with my decision.
I told my wife, I said, look, you got people that vote for him crying now. I said, you know what? Let me shut up. Go ahead. What you were saying, Craig? I ain't gonna put that on. Let me shut up.
I'm gonna say it. They crying now.
Yeah.
They crying. Again, buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
But like you said, but how can my heart? I consider myself to be magnanimous. But the foolery. This man told y'all. He told you. Now, granted, he lies a lot now.
Yeah.
Told y'all. When y'all said, they said, what are you going to do about groceries? You said you're going to do something about the price. I ain't doing nothing about that.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about that. What he said.
Yeah.
I compare Trump supporters to R. Kelly fans, meaning he's telling y'all what he's doing, but y'all love him so much, y'all ignoring the red flag. You know how R. Kelly, he's telling you what he's doing in his music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's telling you exactly what he's doing in music, but y'all love it so much, you're ignoring the red flags. That's why I compare Trump supporters to.
It's not that, you know what? They ignore the red flags, and in their eyes, he can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
And I find that funny because, every now and then I post something about that administration and people say, oh, you're better than that. Oh, well, Biden this and Biden that. But we're not talking about Biden. It's not that I'm better than anything. I'm just pointing out the stuff that y'all are frustrated and angry about, but y'all don't want to own up to it.
Right. And the first thing I'll do is what aboutism? What about here? What about here? No. Answer the question.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's man, damn, dude. We ain't even a year in yet, bro. This shit getting crazy, man. Yo.
But I think part is people not understanding how tariffs work. And not understanding that if you put a tariff on somebody, they can put a tariff on you. So, and I think part of this is, we basically have a tariff war if we don't have it already. He's trying, being a bully, to make everybody sit down at a table and work out a deal. So he said he did something.
Right.
It has nothing to do with a better or worse deal. It's just that his mindset is, if I didn't do it, it's bad.
Yeah, and nobody can do it but me.
Yeah, so now I'm going to slap these 145% tariffs on, make these jokers sit down at this table.
They got to remember, China can do more with less than we can. You know what I'm saying? Think about the things that they build for far less money. If we built some of the things that China built, we couldn't even sell it.
Yeah.
Think about what Jordan would have to charge if they built Jordan brands over here.
Yeah. Because they got stuff over there that we don't have over here.
Yeah.
So it actually costs less to make it over there and ship it here.
Jordan would be, man, shit. You got some of them already $1,200. I mean, they probably about 5,000, man.
You ain't gotta worry about me buying them.
Yeah, you gotta worry.
I need that $25 a week.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I bought with my money.
Hey, but what people need to understand is, China owns a lot of our debt, and if he pissed them off enough, they're gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna just let y'all debt go, and where we gonna be then?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how much of our debt China owns.
Yeah.
A lot of countries own a lot of our debt, so I think it would be wise not to try to be the bully out here when people get to say, you know what, we don't like this, we don't like you, so we're gonna let your debt go and we'll be bankrupt.
Again, Trump is going to capitulate. He's going to beg them, please show me, give me something so I can show the American people, or I can show my friends.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Y'all saw that story about Michelle Obama? This is another question I want to ask y'all. I guess, since Barack been out of president, like she hadn't been going to events with him because she want to she said that during the 8 years have been a lot on her, and she didn't go to certain events with Barack. And I guess it was when what's his name, Trump. When Trump came in, she didn't go to that event with him.
Right.
I get if you don't like him, I get you don't want to be there, but don't you think still as a wife, as significant other, you should just be there with your husband or just moral support?
My personal opinion is I think she was done. She was done. She knows the type of person he is. She's not going to fake it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to fake it.
Yeah. And we don't know what conversation they had behind closed doors. If they've had that conversation, he's cool with it, and together they're all right. That's why I mean, Trump's own wife don't want nothing to do with him.
But she just started showing up a couple of times.
I guess I'm looking at it because I'm a husband.
Yeah.
So you married?
No.
Craig, I know you used to be married, but I'm looking at it from a husband standpoint. I know at the time my wife have events that I really don't want to go, but it's for her job. And I know, she want me there for, support to be with her. I go. And at certain events I got to attend. I know my wife really don't want to be there, but she's there.
But
I just feel like in a marriage, sometimes you got to suck that shit up and just go, man.
Well,
you ain't got to talk
to a little different, though. It's a little different.
On the flip side of that, he talks so much trash about her, about his husband, about there are some things that you just don't want to say, you know what, I forgive him. And I still hold on to this.
I got you,
who's never asked for forgiveness.
Yeah. It might be good she stay home because she might see him and
hey man. Hey, maybe Trump need that. Trump like Kanye, man. They need to you know what I'm saying? Kanye ain't never gotten. He talking reckless now, bro. Somebody need to kick his ass.
We're not gonna do that one. Lord.
But I think as far as Michelle Obama, I think if it was a Barack Obama event, I think she would be by his side.
I got you.
Being that as a president, it's protocol for ex-presidents to show up. I think he may have a more of a reason to be there, but as far as her, it's not like she doesn't have to be there. It's not like they just left office. So I got it like that. If we had that conversation, hey, you want to go? Nah, I ain't fooling with that idiot. All right, cool. You don't have to go. I'll take one for the team, baby.
And he can do that. Let's be real. He's very good at compartmentalizing. He sat by this man. Gave him advice and everything right there in his ear. And people gave him a lot of crap for it. But when you look at a man that's just that cool, that calm, serene, and able to, in the face of all that, just
that shows he's the bigger person. Actually, he's the better man. Hey, man.
I mean, how many of us would sit there and be like, man, I just want to knock this one.
Man.
He said one more. If he breathed on me wrong.
No comment. No comment.
Yeah, you can't say it, but I'm going to say it for you. I want to knock his teeth in the back of his throat. Yeah, you thinking that, but you just like, Barack just crossed his legs and laugh with him and everything.
But I bet you Barack was saying, man, he breathed on me wrong.
hey,
you know how sometimes somebody just piss you off. That's the slightest thing wrong to give you a reason. Man, just give me a reason.
That much.
The smallest thing, man.
What's like you say he was on that wish credo. Man, hey, think about it, what that conversation was like when he realized that man was gonna sit next to him.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say the Bible say you gotta die daily.
Yeah.
You got to just throw everything away.
Exactly, man.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy, man.
Ah.
Yeah, man. But hey, man, I appreciate you guys coming on the show tonight. Another awesome episode of Political Wrap Up. You know, we're gonna do this again next month, man. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good seeing y'all.
All right, man. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Until then, peace.
Peace.